Story time is running out, and I can stop it. A loving fun.
Well, we have a substitute coming on a Friday. New school. And it's a pretty nice school. I'm friends with some people, whatever. Well, we have a substitute coming on a Friday. And on Fridays, everybody gets popcorn at our school. So we're all in class eating our popcorn when the substitute comes up to this girl we'll call Taylor. So the substitute kind of just stands over her and watches her eat her popcorn. And then she goes, "You shouldn't eat that, you're a pig." Dude, she started crying. So she gets up to the front of the classroom and she's like talking about how much we should be eating, practically body shaming a bunch of fourth graders. And she keeps going up to this girl Taylor and just freaking like calling her a pig, calling her nasty, like literally coming for her. And then I think she drops him on the floor and like the teacher went off on her. Eventually she got so mad she grabbed a desk and flipped it over. So Taylor was obviously crying for the rest of the day because this teacher was literally body shaming her. So the following Monday when the teacher comes back, we all tell her what happened. And that sub got fired like that.
My super embarrassing school story time. So when I was in 8th grade, I was obsessed with slime, squishies, Orbeez, and I would make crafts all the time. Anyway, I decided to make my own stress ball. And it was like a balloon and then pancake mix. So anyway, the next day I brought it to school and I was so excited because I had my own stress ball. I must have been really stressed that day because I popped it. Pancake mix flew everywhere, all over my classmates. And
Okay, next turn. We are doing
Every time about this girl who faked being Latina. So there was this girl who went to my school, let's call her Sarah. Sarah is the queen of lies. In every subject we talk about, Sarah always, and I mean always, comes up with a lie that has to do with her life. Here's an example. What if we're talking about Tom Holland? She'd just come in and say, "Oh yeah, Tom Holland is my dad's friend. I met him once." You know, these types of lies. Another one is when she told everyone she's Latina. It was lunchtime in school and we were talking about where she went for the summer. Sarah tells us that she went to Spain and she started telling us on what she did there and says that she's 50% Latina. She also says that she lived in Spain for 6 years. And if there is any person who lived in Spain for 6 years, they must know how to speak Spanish. And then my friend Kayla asked Sarah, "What does good morning mean in Spanish?" And then Sarah looks at us, looks back at her food, and said, "I don't know, I'm still taking Spanish." Just look at her, that she doesn't even know what good morning means in Spanish. If she had lived in Spain for 6 years, she would have known what it meant. I don't know how, but that incident spread around the entire school. Every person that walks past Sarah just says, basically teasing her about not knowing what good morning means in Spanish. And then Sarah didn't show up to school for 3 days after that. And oh boy, we haven't even gotten to the crazy part. The 3 days pass and Sarah comes back to school. As soon as she walks into the class, everyone's eyes was on her. She came up, sat in her seat, and this lady showed up in a crop top, skinny jeans, fake nails, and fake lashes. And her hair was in a bun with edges. Yes, you heard me, edges. This lady is white. And in lunchtime, she took out a bag of hot Cheetos and some dipping sauce. I don't know if this was supposed to make us think she's Latina, but trust me, it didn't work. All of the freshmen and sophomores took out their phone and started filming her. This is where I kind of felt bad, but she ran to the bathroom crying, and she just stayed there and didn't show up to any classes for the rest of the day. Story time. So there was this one girl in
disgusting story time. Yeah.
Disgusting story times I have ever made.
And I've been waiting for you.
The bathroom really bad, so I asked the teacher if I could use the bathroom and she said yes.
So I took the bathroom pass and I left the classroom and I was walking towards the bathroom. And when I finally go inside the bathroom, all of the stalls were full, so I had to wait. And while I was waiting for the bathroom, I could hear in one of the bathroom stalls someone farting really loud. Kept on farting for like a couple seconds, and then they finally came outside of the bathroom stall. When they came out of the bathroom stall, I went inside and it smelled so disgusting and I felt like throwing up. And all over the toilet were poop stains and diarrhea everywhere. The whole toilet seat was covered in poop. I almost passed out. So I decided to leave the bathroom stall, and when I tried grabbing the door handle, I got poop stains on my hand. I literally threw up. I am never ever going to use a poop bathroom ever again.
I grew up in a predominantly white neighborhood, so I have a ton.
Next one. Scary stories.
DMO. Taught me so much.
Sorry. Sound break.
Let me tell you the scary story of the house I lived in elementary and middle school. It was a 3-bedroom house, 1 bedroom in the basement, and 2 bedrooms upstairs. Because I was the oldest, I got put in the bedroom in the basement. Then I always had feelings about the house. I hated being downstairs by myself. One day I dropped a $20 bill behind my dresser. I decided to move my dresser all by myself, and behind the dresser was this door. It wasn't a normal door, it was really short and just squared. It was also glued off so I couldn't get into it. Me and my neighbor, who were best friends, worked at it for days to get into it. Open, inside was another room. It was almost like an underground attic. The walls were wooden, the ceiling was wooden. There was no carpet, but it smelled awful. My parents found out and they were super mad at me for opening the room. They of course put that dresser in front of my door for no reason because they knew I would get into it. But after that, things started to get weird. Stay tuned for part 2. This is my scary childhood story behind my dresser. Of course, my parents were really mad at us for opening it up, so they set it back up. They didn't want us to get hurt from all the rusty nails or if there was mold inside. But I think we released something when we opened that door and things started to happen. First, I started having night terrors to the point where I would scream at the top of my lungs. My parents would come downstairs and wake me up and put me back to bed. Then, every single night, I would have this reoccurring dream that me, my mom, and my brother were all at a picnic at the beach. This super old lady would walk up to us and she would take me. She then would lock me up in the room behind my dresser. This dream would reoccur every single night for months. It scared me so much that I started to not sleep at night. I developed insomnia and would only sleep for 2 to 3 hours per night at only 8 years old. There was a couple nights where I saw the old lady standing in the corner of my room. My parents just thought I was hallucinating and no sleep though. Stay tuned for part 3. This is part 3 of my scary childhood story about the door behind my dresser. Because I wasn't sleeping and developed insomnia, my parents took me to a sleep therapist. The only thing the therapist gave me was a bunch of sleeping pills. Even though the sleeping pills worked, it made my dreams so much worse. I even started walking in my sleep, wake up all the time in my bed. My kids would be all the way across the room like someone had dragged them over there. One night, one of my best friends slept over and heard knocking coming from the door behind my dresser. That night when we went to bed, she started speaking really creepy gibberish in her sleep. I had to go get my mom to wake her up. I woke up a couple nights feeling like I was suffocating, and when I swung up my head, I saw a silhouette of an old lady. My cat even started to sit there and meow and eat random things in the corners of the room. Nothing ever there. It got so bad to the point where I moved up into my brother's room. If you have listened to all 3 parts and are experts on spirits, please message me on Instagram and tell me what you released that night when I...
Embarrassing.
So I'm gonna tell you guys the most embarrassing story of my life. And it all started at a pizza restaurant. So me and my mom were at this pizza place, right? And I was like, hey, I need to go to the bathroom before we leave. So I go to the bathroom, do my business, all that jazz. The toilet. The toilet bowl flush. So I fixed it multiple times and I was like, you know, we'll get it. It'll be fine. So then I go to wash my hands. And this old walks into the restroom, okay? And this restroom only has 2 stalls in it, alright? So she goes to into the stall that I was just in, and she goes, ew, oh my god, did you and so I'm just like sitting there in my brain, I'm contemplating on right from wrong.
I said, no, I think I used the other one. And I felt so bad. Like, I don't even know how to unstop a toilet anyway.
Story time. This one's really good.
Okay, thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys have a good day. Subscribe, like, and share with your friends. And I hoped you liked the video. Bye!